Hey everyone, Sheila here from Lifewithpets. So today I'm going to do a video. I'm just going to go around the tanks and just talk about who we've lost and who we've still got left. We have had quite a few losses over the last month, and some of them I have actually put out either on Instagram or just in a video casually, and others we haven't. But we do get a lot of questions asking where is this specific beta fish or where is that one. So I just thought I would do a video where I'll just go around each tank and just show you who we've got, and then you're all up to date. So in the divided tank we have Theo on the left, and then we did have Rupert on the right, and unfortunately he is one of the ones that we have lost. We have no idea what was wrong with him, and I think that is probably one of the harder things when you're not sure what happened. Then that makes it, I think, a little more difficult, because we did try treating, we did different treatments and nothing seemed to work. So unfortunately he is no longer with us. I think it's also hard as well if you have done treatments and you don't really know exactly what you're treating for. There were no outward signs. Initially we did think that he had Popeye, but when we actually sort of took a really good look at him, I don't think that he did. But we did treat for that along with a broad spectrum of other things, but nothing seemed to work. So unfortunately we did lose him, and he did go downhill very quickly as well. Theo is perfectly fine. We did do an overall broad spectrum treatment with him just in case, but he is perfectly fine. He does actually have a scale misplaced. I don't know whether you can see it, it's on that side. Unfortunately he doesn't show up very well on camera. He's so dark now. The difference in him from when we first got him is unbelievable to how he actually looks now. So moving on to the next tank, this is the one that obviously we've just done the recent makeover on. If you haven't seen that video and you want to see it, I will leave a link in the little top iCard. This tank was a divided tank. There was just like the portion at the far end there was divided, and that had Henry in. We do still have Henry, he is in another tank now. And we also had Murphy in this tank, and unfortunately Murphy didn't make it. He was the beta that came to us who was extremely sick back in, I think it was last October, November, and he was extremely sick. He had velvet amongst other things, and he did really well. He was doing great for the longest time, and then just suddenly he was showing signs of being sick, and again there was no outward symptoms. So we did do a broad spectrum of medication, but nothing seemed to work, and sadly we did lose him probably about 2 weeks ago now, maybe 3 weeks ago. So it's just so sad when you lose a beta fish, but I find it harder personally. I do find it much harder when I don't know why. I wasn't able to figure it out, and I wasn't able to cure them. Just in case you're wondering what the white thing in the middle of the tank there is, that is actually a shrimp has molted, and that is the skin. You are actually supposed to leave those in there and they will eat them. They're really high in protein, so they're really good for them. I'm going to see if in this tank I can find some of the babies. We have so many babies in here right now. I don't know if you can see a little tiny one right there on the black rope, and I'm trying to look. We have so many in here, but whenever I'm trying to find them I can never see them. They're usually all over the sponge filter. There is actually just one little one on a sponge filter. I don't know whether you can see it right there, but the others I can't find right now. Usually a lot on the plants, but I don't see any on the plants either. So they're obviously all hiding from me right now. Oh, there's one on the top of the bridge, if you can see that one on the top left of the bridge there, or the top left of the rock structure. Anyway, back on topic. So moving over to the 75-gallon community tank, we still have most of our beta fish in here. However, we have lost, I think it's 2 now, over the last month to 6 weeks. And one of them, it will have been down to age, because our females are getting on the older side now, And so I do think that one of them, it was down to age, whilst the other one, I do think it was probably just the fact she again had gotten off to a really bad start, and she just never seemed to be 100% all of the time. And that was Lily. Lily we lost probably about 2 months ago now, and she was the one that came to us with her fins completely torn up to the point that they wouldn't grow back. They were so badly injured. And she also came to us with Popeye, and we did deal with all that. We got her all healthy before putting her in this tank, and again she just didn't do very well. So she lived, I think she was probably about 1.5 years old, so that was quite sad that she was very young, a bit like Murphy. Murphy was only about 1.5 years as well, so both of those we had lost way too soon. And with Lily, I do think it probably was a bacterial infection. That was something that she did seem to suffer with on and off, and that we treated on and off. And each time we treated, she seemed to get 100% okay. And then a few months later, we'd start again. So she did end up going in a tank on her own toward the end. And she was doing very well in that tank. But then all of a sudden we just woke up one day and she died. So sadly we lost her. Sushi, I do think it was probably an age thing. Again, no outward signs with her whatsoever. So in here we do have 3 of the remaining older females, and then 2 of the younger ones, and I'm just trying to find some of them. In fact, there's 3 all over in this area together here. I don't know whether you can see. And then we've got Faith there and Shelley here. So we do have the 5 still in here. I'm not sure whether we're going to add any more or not. We're very undecided on that, so we may or we may not. Just quickly going on to the goldfish tank. All is good in there. We haven't lost anybody. Everybody's fit and healthy. In fact, I've not long fed them, so they're all looking a little chubby right now because they've just had a nice big meal of gel food. So let's go on out into the tanks in the kitchen living room, and I'll talk about what's going on in those. So Henry has gone into the 2.5 gallon. He is our I think he's our oldest actually, Betta, and so he does not swim very much now. He tends to just lie on the leaves at the top of the tank. He still has an amazing appetite. I do have to use tweezers to feed him, but he still has an incredible appetite. He still does move around the tank, but he does tend to stay in the plants on the top, which is why I've put those there, so that he can sort of lie over them. That's what he tends to do. So he's doing okay, but I am aware that he is old and it's probably only a matter of time. But while he's still got some spunk and he's still got a great appetite, then I'm okay with leaving him in here. He doesn't bother with the shrimp at all. Sometimes he will go after them, but not very often. Like I say, he doesn't swim that much, so I'm not too worried about that. This tank we still don't have any fish. We just have the snails and the shrimp and the assassin snails, which are getting really, really big. They are, in fact, they're getting huge. When we got them, they were so tiny. And I think we've got 2 in here right now. I'm hoping they will breed, but we need to get some more because I'm not sure whether we've got male or female. Moving on to the 10 gallon that is on the top, we have divided this tank because we have got a new female, and I'm not going to show you her right now, but she is probably going to be our breeding female because we do plan to breed. So Minnie is sharing the divided tank with her. We think we're probably going to put Minnie in with the girls, but I'm still not sure yet. We weren't sure whether we were going to breed her or not, but I think that we're just going to do the new female. And I really would like to breed Minnie, but because she has the blue in her, then I think that that possibly could be quite dominant in a breeding program, and I'm trying to breed with no blue. So the female that we've got at the moment anyway has no blue, and hopefully it will stay that way. So Minnie will probably go into the 75 gallon, but I'm still undecided, so we're just going to wait and see on that. But she's doing really well in here. The girls don't seem to bother with each other at all in the divided tank, which is actually very different than the males. The males will periodically see each other through the holes in the divider, and they will flare, but these two just don't bother with each other at all. I'm also using this tank as a grow out for plants because we'll be doing a new tank setup soon. So this tank is looking a little bit of a mess right now, but once it grows out and the plants grow out, then it should look okay. So there you have it. That was just a really quick update of all the fish and who we've lost. I always think it's so sad when you do lose a fish, and I just feel for anyone who has recently lost one, it isn't a nice experience, and I do think especially when you don't know what happened or you tried treating and it didn't work. So this was just a really quick unedited video, so please forgive the lack of editing in this video. Also, we will be starting a video series come next week, so stay tuned for that. If you're not subscribed to this channel and would like to see more videos like this or different videos, we do them on shrimp and goldfish as well, then please subscribe. And if you haven't hit that notification bell and you want to know when we upload, then please do that. Alright guys, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.